Hey guys, so we are back at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour here because we have yet another reveal that we have to talk about and we have to give our thoughts on here. Of course, we just had the absolutely mind-breaking reveal of Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4, which is what we're provisionally calling the game for now, but it'll probably end up being a different name. That's insane. Again, that is probably the single biggest Dragon Ball game-related announcement in the past 10 years or something. Like, it's actually monumentally enormous. But, you know, my main content is Legends. So we're going to be covering the newest Dragon Ball Legends announcement here. We have the announcement of a new character coming soon. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Crave a taste of this power, don't you? Get ready! Get set! Enough of that! It's about time. Repent for your sins! Receive my judgment! You're a god! My strength is higher than either man or god has yet explored.
Yeah, he looks pretty nuts. The animations on this character are insane. So Ultra Rose Goku Black is coming. There's one thing I do want to mention about this character as well, because typically they don't do this for reveals. Let's go ahead and see what Toshi has to say here.
We bring you the Ultra Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black that will be making an appearance in the second half of March. So, I did hear some voices. Yes, we did not bring you the art and ability of this character, but they will be available in the coming reveals and stuff, so I hope you guys look forward to that. But again, this character will be making a glorious exhibit in Dragon Ball Legends. So hope you guys...
All right, so basically what he's saying is the second half of March. So this actually raises a question, because right now, as I'm recording this, it is Monday, March 6th. So the second half of March is a little bit ways away from now. So here's the question I have. This character, if he actually is coming out in the second half of March, means we have this week's reset, and then we have next week's reset, and then the following week, which will be the 22nd, is when this character, assuming that what he's saying is correct, assuming that this is going to be the second half release of this month's character, the 22nd will be the release of this Ultra Rose Goku Black. I don't know. And what I'm thinking is next week's reset is the 15th. Like, that's kind of on the edge, right? I mean, the 15th is not technically the second half of the month. It's like the direct middle of the month. So I think there's a possibility it could come out next week, but it's sounding more like it's going to be 2 weeks from now, which is a long time, which means that we're probably not going to be getting another summonable character until this Rose comes out, which means when did the UI Goku come out? Because this UI Goku and Roshi were the last summonable characters to release. Just so I can find this banner real quick. I want to check this. Why are they only Zenkai? Oh yeah, because every single Zenkai banner is returning, right? Because part of the update, right? All right. Well, at some point we will get to the reviving UI Goku banner. But I mean, remember, this character came out, and we have not had another summonable character since this revival Goku released. I'm just not going to be able to find him. Is he not even on this list, I guess? Let me scroll all the way back up. Did I miss him? Oh, no, here he is right here. Okay. So this banner came out on the 15th of February. So if we don't get this Rose until presumably the 22nd, which would line up with what Toshi just said, which means this character's coming out in the second half of March, we will not have received a summonable character in literally over an entire month, which is very, very long. That is a very long time. So yes, they are shortening the amount of time between Ultra releases, but I don't want to hear complaints from people saying, oh, there's too many releases, when we have not gotten a summonable character. It will be like 40 days between summonable units. That is a long time, right? And it's not like this Rosé is coming with a bunch of other characters. It's literally just going to be him on a standalone Ultra banner, which is how they do Ultra banners, right? All right, so with that said, that's what I'm expecting in terms of, his release timing. Is there a way to make this better quality? This is horrible. Yeah, okay, let's bump this up here. Let's see if we can like sort of break down what he's doing in terms of his abilities here. So obviously the intro animation. Now, I can already see people, like, oh my god, they reused the LF animation. I mean, realistically, this is what he does when he pulls the scythe out of his hand, right? The LF animation of Purple Rosé and the Ultra animation of this character, the intro, realistically, they were always going to be the same. Like, unless they like shot it from a different camera angle, which I guess they could have done, but I mean, how many different ways can you put this scene into the game? And it makes sense because he's a character that is using the scythe for the entirety of him being on the field. He just permanently has the scythe in his hand. So I guess this is a strike cover change, I guess is what this is. So he has a cover change against strike. Honestly, at this point, for characters like summonable Ultras, I am expecting them to have universal cover changes, because we've had so many universal cover change characters in a row now. We've had Beast Gohan, the 2-time universal cover change. We've had the Ultra Goju to Blue, 2-time universal cover change. We've had Ultra Hit, 2-time universal cover change. So with big Ultra releases like this, I definitely am anticipating that this Rosé will have 2 universal cover changes, but we will see. We know that a strike cover change is guaranteed because we just saw the animation. So what is this? Is that his blue card? Let me just back up here. Let me put the sound on so I can just hear it. That's the cover change. Yeah, this is the blue card. Okay. So his blue card is a long range beam, projectile beam attack. That's good. That's fine. All right, and then what else do we got here? So yeah, this is what he just holds the scythe like this. That's really cool. People were asking for a scythe wielding Rosé that just actually attacks with the scythe, and it looks like that's what we're getting here, which is very, very cool. I believe he has a unique tap attack animation that we see right here. Yeah, so he actually swings the scythe down like that. That's his tap attack. That is a nice touch for sure. All right, so there's his charge animation. He has blast armor on strike cards, which is interesting. Here's his strike animation. It looks pretty good. There's a blast animation, and I believe, yeah. And then this is a green card. So he does have a stop time green card effect, which is really good for characters that have blast armor. So I'll take that. And then I believe the only thing we see, yeah, this is the ult, and the ult looks insane. The ult, we finally get the Rosé Goku Black clones in the game, because this is something that people have been asking for a long time, and finally they deliver. And then this ending, I mean, this honestly is one of the best looking Ultra ultimates in the, not even just Ultra ultimates, just ultimates in general, including LF animations. That probably is one of the best looking animations in the game, period. And I think looking at all the recent Ultra ultimate animations, I think they have recently started to sort of up their game with those, because we take a look at characters like Ultra Super Vegito. Now, Ultra Super Vegito has a lot of cool animations. I think his green card looks pretty cool. His strike animation just looks pretty decent too. But his blue card and his ultimate animations, for an anniversary summonable Ultra character, Super Vegito's blue card and ultimates just don't look that great, in my opinion. Especially when you compare his animations to characters like Ultra Goju to Blue, and even Hit. I think Hit has some pretty good animations as well. I do like his ultimate. I think having the time skip effect in the background on top of his unique ability with the time skip. So now I'm curious to see what kind of unique ability are they going to give this Rosé. They've done a lot of these recent characters really, really well in terms of design, especially 17. We have his unique abilities that he's providing to the whole team. We have Goju to Blue's unique gauge, which is still probably the single most broken unique gauge, well, easily the single most broken unique gauge in the entire game. Hits can be sort of on that level, but I think Goju's gauge just ends up allowing him to control matches much more than Hit does. And then obviously we have Hit's time skip ability. So a lot of these recent big releases have had some sort of unique defining trait to them. So I'm interested in seeing how they do that with Rosé. What kind of unique ability are they going to give him? Let me know what you guys think of, what they could potentially give this character, Ultra Rose, in terms of like a unique effect or a unique mechanic. Because I'm trying to think here, and I'm not really sure, but I think odds are pretty high he will have a unique gauge, because basically every every new LF or Ultra has a unique gauge at this point. Animation wise, I would give this guy literally like either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. The animations are really, really cool. We finally get a Scythe Rose that's just permanently using the Scythe. This is a pretty perfect release. And we can take a look at his teams real quick as well. So obviously, let me actually go back. I think I had Future pulled up. Yeah, Future is the big one. We just got the free-to-play trunk, so a lot of people saw this Rose's release coming ahead of time, which wasn't that crazy. Then we saw, then we have God Key, and then we have Powerful Opponent. Powerful Opponent, I guess, is probably the one I'm most interested in, just because Powerful Opponent is a tag that really hasn't seen that much investment recently from the development team. So we have Hit, who actually does fit on Powerful Opponent, and then of course we are also going to be getting Rose. If Rose's Z ability, or sorry, Ultra ability, if Rose's Ultra ability actually does end up depending on you having Powerful Opponent characters, then it's possible we can end up running like a Hit and Goku Black Powerful Opponent double Ultra setup for this team, right? You have Hit in the leader slot, then potentially have Rose on the just normal slot on the team. And I think color-wise for this character, I mean, we did get a green reviving Goku, the UI Goku, but I still think green is probably one of the weaker typings in the game. So I would actually really like to see this Rose be green. I think I would. And you know what they could do? If we're gonna just go absolutely crazy, if we're gonna go off the walls bonkers with this Rose's release, can you imagine if they made this Rose green and then they Zenkai this guy? I know you guys remember this guy. It was a problem when he came out post second anniversary. So that could be interesting. I think green and I mean we could take a look at some other typings here. I definitely don't see purple happening because we already have this guy's purple. Still a really good character. And I don't think they want to like override this guy's spot on his teams, because I still think he has a really solid position on God Key and Future and Powerful Opponent as the main purple character, honestly. What else do we got here? So let me just see. Future. In terms of like red, who's like the main go-to red on here? The androids? Zamasu? I guess it's the androids. Yeah, red is kind of lacking a little. Blue. Zamasu. Yeah, I would actually rather him not be blue. Yellow is the interesting one because we have Future Gohan, who's still solid, and then we have Trunks and Vegeta, who I think are actually still like they are good. It's just this team, and this Rose holding a Scythe leads me to believe he's probably going to be strike based. So that pushes this unit even further out of them being a core member of Future, right? This team has always been strike based. There's not really a dominant blast build for this team. I think the new Trunks helps this character. I think the 2 new equipment this unit has access to helps them, but I just did a video on that. But Rose, seemingly being a strike character, I mean, this would be really weird if they gave him a Scythe and they made him a blast character. I guess there's a possibility he could be like a defense type, but I don't see it. This guy will be strike based. There's no way he'd make him blast based with a Scythe, right? I just see this character sort of like falling out of the realm of relevance on the Future team, which is kind of sad because this was presumably what their main team was going to be. Maybe this team sort of grabs a foothold on Vegeta Clan, but Vegeta Clan has never really been a team that was controlling of the meta, right? I still think an Evolution Blue Vegeta Zenkai could be coming, and that could really help this character as well. But maybe God Key is where they see some play. I don't know. God Key also is trending to be kind of a mixed team, honestly. You have some good strike characters on here, and you have some good blast units as well. So it could honestly go either way, but we will see. Definitely more of a strike-based team, especially now with Gogeta Blue, right? So, I mean, Gogeta Blue is going to be your best character on this team for a while. Unless Rose is better. I guess that could be true. But again, I think Rose will be strike-based. So I think this is actually a pretty unfortunate release, specifically for Vegeta and Trunks, which is interesting. Because they pushed Vegeta and Trunks in the last update, and then now seemingly with this Rose is they're going to be relegated back to being sort of like a secondary option for the team. But let me know down below what you guys think of Rose. Again, I don't expect him to come out for a few weeks, but we will see. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.